How's everybody on a Wednesday afternoon? I'm just sitting here reading the comments. Almost forgot to go live. That's the best part of it, y'all. That's the best part of this live. How's my leathercraft family doing today? Hope everybody's good. Everybody's in good health. Got a good afternoon going. It's a great day to work on leather. Absolutely. I hope everybody's got something good on your tables. Sounds like it. Yeah. So, we got some great stuff to look at. I hope. I'll leave that up to y'all, but kind of been on the road for 3 of the last 4 weeks. I haven't been in the shop much, and we'll get back to that because fan page, that suffered. Looking over comments from the last time, that has suffered. Back in the shop, no more shows on the schedule for this year, so I'm gonna be right here, but also the boss has agreed to do something for us on the lives. We're gonna get around to that here at about 3:14. I got my alarm set. So all kinds of fun stuff going. It's great to see everybody in. Stuart Walters, first in the shop today. Stuart, I'm glad you're with us. Everybody, I hope it's going to be worth your time. I'll do my best to make it so. Again, we got some good stuff to look at, good stuff to talk about. Yeah, I'd sure like to do these every week. That seems to be the best thing, but I just don't know if I can pull that off and the videos. So I'd like to get back there, but doing it every other week, it really gives me an opportunity to really have some good stuff to talk about instead of kind of getting thin, right, every week. But all right, so let's talk some leather. How about trade some tricks, some tips, some techniques? That's what it's about. Let's all trade information. And I've been at some of these shows, just finished the Blade Show here in Atlanta. What a spectacle. I don't know how big the Cobb Gallery is, but it's got to be 100,000 feet or more. I actually don't know, but it is just we get to meet the blacksmiths. They're just like us. They're just bulkier. Yeah, swinging those big hammers, but they're just like us. Friendly and talkative and fun to be around. They're good people. So, y'all, anybody that I got to meet at the Blade Show, bless your heart. It was an absolute pleasure. And yeah, even if you're not into knives, it is I don't know how many vendors, 900 vendors, something like that. But it's kind of a misnomer, the Blade Show. We think maybe industrial cutting. No, actually, there's probably 400 tables of just blacksmiths that make 4, 5, 6 blades a year or a dozen or so. They bring them in, sell them at the show. There's every knife, all axe, hatchet, knife, sword, tactical, hunting, kitchen, every man. Then all the vendors that supply for the knife makers, grinders, and us, of course, leather. It's a lot of fun. It really is. It's a good show. But anyway, so also we've got some armor behind us because all right, y'all that aren't really into the period stuff or into the historical stuff, just humor us for a little bit. You'll see where I'm going with this. But we're gonna come back around to that too. And I just expect this hour to fly by. It always does. Hours at work, they don't fly by. This absolutely does. I think Einstein had a theory of time relativity when we're at work kind of thing. Don't hold me to that. I'll have to look back at my Einstein notes. But anyway, so Carrie's with us. Carrie, 495. Almost, you are 5 days away from 500 days. No coffee, no caffeine. Carrie, I got to hand it to you for the discipline on that one. Bravo, friend. Bravo. Let's see. Oh, and also, have you heard of the joke about the giraffe's neck? It's a long one. Go ahead, Carrie. Keep a smile on our face. We got the best craft going, the best crafters going. Again, like I say, that's not me. I'm not biased. It's simply a fact. And this is one thing. It's in my notes. I'm probably going to jump around a little bit, but talking to the blacksmiths, they want to make sheaths, and at the show we sell leather, a lot of veg tan leather, but little things, that typically sell at a show we don't really sell because they've got sheaths, scabbards on their mind. But one of the things that I can't. I had so many folks come up that are new, hey, I want to make my sheaths, or I just started making my sheaths, or I want to get into it. You can't tell them how many great things there are to our craft. And I even talked to a couple of blacksmiths that will remain anonymous, obviously, but they said, I like leather more than metal. Yeah. So shh, don't tell anybody at the Blade Show that. But the point is, I can't tell everybody, that said, oh, I want to get into leather. I can't in 10 minutes tell them before they get bored, right? And well, how many things we can make. Unbelievable amounts of things. I mean, just like us, we can make shoes, pants, knickers, belts, pouches, keychains, wallets, sheaths, cell phone cases, shirts, cloaks, vests, hats. I mean, and that's just what we wear. Not to mention purse and bag and oh, boot and shoe. How many different kinds of boots and shoes and coats and hats and I can't explain all that to them. Just what they're stepping into, but at the same time, how much fun you're going to have with it. For the people who feel like, you know what, I'm just not a creative person. Yes, you are. You'll be surprised at what you can do with leather. It just I can't convey all of that greatness to somebody that's brand new. And think of all the people around us that get great gifts, family, friends, and coworkers, and relatives, and loved ones, and people we only see once in a while. We can't tell them how much good comes out of our craft beyond just having a great time making something. So anyway, that bothered me all weekend, with the new folks. We just can't convey how great this craft is. So, and I hope y'all feel the same way. There's again not enough hours in a day to make all the things I want to make out of leather. So what a great craft, huh? Downside to it, but what a great craft. Y'all, all the great names coming in. Dean's with us. Dean, night for today. Got a great post on the fan page. And we're going to come back to that because I got to apologize there. So night for today, greetings all from Southern Indiana. Absolutely. Good to see your name pop up. Diot, Gary, 495. How do you cope? I'm the same way. Coffee, half of my morning. It absolutely is. And my wife and I always do a cup of coffee late in the afternoon, somewhere around 3, maybe 4, brew up a pot of coffee, get us through that last stretch of work, right, before the evening comes up. I just look forward to it. Gives me something to look forward to. Lane is with us. Happy Chuck Day from London. Happy everyone. Yeah, well, Lane, thank you for being here. Absolutely. Bless your heart. I feel so unworthy. I really do. Particularly after going to Sheridan and seeing all the saddles and wow, I'll try to do a video on the winners from that again this year because they're just, man. I came back to my shop with a total lack of confidence. Oh man, I got to rebuild my confidence after seeing all of those projects, especially one that kills me, the 11 to 14-year-old saddle category, and they're beautiful. Oh man, okay. Anyway, so lack of confidence, trying to rebuild that, gonna work on doing that. But let's see who else is with us. Ironclad Aussie from Western Australia. There we go. Oh, I would love to see every inch of Australia. Met some great Australians both at the Blade Show and at Sheridan. Y'all great people. That's one of the, I mean, I want to see the geography, right? And all the people and the food. Those are my two top notches when I go somewhere. That's my favorite part of it. Absolutely is. Trian. Hello, everybody. I'm so happy I'm not late for the live this time. Join us when you can. Jump in anytime. Stay as long as you can. Just jump in to say hello. We all understand. We all have work and homes and jobs and families and kids. And, it's hard to set aside an hour. Sometimes life just walks in. But isn't it the best in the evenings working on crafts? We've got dinner done. We've cleaned up. We go to our shop. It's quiet, no work. The phone's not ringing, right? Email's not coming in. We can settle out and we can work on a project. In fact, I did that last night. First time I've done that in a long time. How rewarding. And I was thinking too, we could sit in front of the TV. I do, not pointing fingers, and spend 3 hours watching the most useless of things, right? Okay, tomorrow morning, how much can we remember that we saw? We probably saw in 3 hours, what's that? 6 shows, maybe 6, hundreds of commercials, ads. Can you remember any of it? Right? Yeah, no, not at all. What a wasted evening. We spend that same time in our shop and look at the things we can make. So tomorrow morning, we have that feeling of scored. Yeah, I actually have a craft fail. I finally have a craft fail I can toss out there. It's not a big one. It's a stupid one. Yeah, simply not paying attention. That's all it is. And yeah, I guess we all do that, don't we? But also, I got a gift. Look at that. Drumsticks with my name. I have never had that luxury. How cool is that? Oh, so anyway, got some custom made drumsticks from a good friend, Mr. Kenner. He's also made me a burnisher. Very nice. But anyway, so let's see, what are we doing here? Um, Let me try to catch up. Jim Jenkins is with us. Jim, glad to see your name pop up. Leather Action is with us. Very cool. Y'all been making anything? Oddly enough, finally, yes. Nobody told me how much fun this craft is. Nobody, yeah, right, yeah, right. So anyway, let's see. Becky Edwards is with us. I'm looking at two different names. Becky Eversole. Becky, I hope you're doing all right in your comment. Great to be with y'all again. Agreed fully. 2 weeks is just too long to wait. And we were talking about that earlier. Becky, you're exactly right. God bless you, Chuck. Becky, God bless you right back for being here. Y'all are the reason that this thing works. And another reason it goes by so fast. Thank you, Becky, and every one of you for great comments. Love y'all. Absolutely. Oh, leather action. Let's see, leather wrapped my sunshade and cheek riser on my competition gun this week. Pictures of it on the fan page. Pictures. I'll get there. Okay, well, let me mention this because, all right, I've fallen off the fan page. I am sorry, and I apologize for that. It's just been such a whirlwind for the last 4 weeks. It's just fallen to the wayside, and I apologize for that. I jumped on it a little bit this morning. I'll be back on it this afternoon, but what I want to say is if you posted something on the fan page and you didn't get a like and a comment from me, my sincerest apologies. I'll do my best to catch up because, wow, again, I look through there and my confidence just takes an absolute dive at the beautiful work. Y'all will be back with that very shortly. Next time we're together, we're going to do shout outs from the fan page. I'll make sure I'm on top of that, but also wasn't able to, let's see, we finished Blade Show Sunday. It's already Wednesday. I'm a little late. I'm a little behind on videos. Yeah, Monday I was actually shooting for Friday, which I hate. I hate. Like to have a couple in queue, right? I don't, right? So when this one airs Friday, I'm empty. Hopefully I'll have another one done by that. Going to jump over to a simple, fun one for the new folks. Then we're going to jump over to a good one. Yeah, we're going to jump over to one that's needed to be done for a long time. We're going to do it, and we're going to do a nice job of it, but it's a project video. Going to do some stamping on it. Yeah, so it's a little bit longer one. So if I get next Friday covered, I'll jump over to that. I think on my to-do list, I've got 6 project videos to ideas, and that's not even off my list that's 4 pages long. So we got plenty coming. I joke if I'm going to retire in maybe 7 years, maybe 8 years, somewhere in there. Okay, so I got to have another 350 to 400 ideas, right? Yeah, it's a lot of ideas. So if you want to drop some ideas in here for project videos, please feel free. Absolutely. Doesn't matter how, if you feel like it's the most out of left field project ever, drop it in. Absolutely drop it in. But the big point here, y'all, I'm sorry I've fallen off the fan page, but I'll get back on it, I promise. And the next time we get together, I'll have all the comments. I'll go through the comments from the previous live, and I'll make sure I'm up to speed on those. So, all right. So I'm actually, yeah, it's big script this week because we have so much to talk about. Here's one. Okay, so we're gonna jump over. Oh, we got to do this. We got to do this because already it's 3:15. My alarm's gonna go off here in a second. Okay, the boss has authorized us to give away, maybe not every live, but at the very least, I'm going to talk her in to see if we can't do a giveaway on every live. But she's let us do a giveaway every other live. Okay, so we're going to start off with a great giveaway. I hope it's one of my favorites. So what we're going to do, and I'll explain the rules here. We're going to give away a single shoulder in the weight of your choice. I cannot say enough about these. In fact, the video coming out Friday addresses these. There it is. Okay. So 3:15. All right. What we're going to do is everybody just write in giveaway and then that's going to line you up for the giveaway. And then sometime around 3:50, I've got my alarm set on that one. Sometime around 3:50, Miriam, lovely Miriam, is going to pick a winner, and we'll get a good single shoulder out to you. Now, here's the downside. It's got to be in the contiguous U.S. And y'all, London, Australia, y'all, I'm sorry about that. It's just the shipping has gotten ridiculous, bat crap crazy lately. If these things can kind of start to come back down as we move away from that mess, then I hope we can open it up to you. But yeah, sometimes the shipping is more than the actual project or the product itself. Y'all, I'm sorry about that. I hate that, but I did a scabbard for someone. I don't often, this was a couple of years ago, I don't often do side work, right? But somebody said, I need a scabbard. I can't find a scabbard. I do a great custom scabbard, got a tracing of the blade. All right, so I think I charged him $60 for the sheath. Do you believe shipping, if I remember, it was either 58 or 62 to Canada? I could have drove it up there for less than that. Well, maybe not less than that, because I would have had a good trip to go up and see our friendly neighbors to the north. Yeah, but anyway, so I hate that, but maybe one day that'll change. So just write in giveaway, and we'll get your name, and Miriam will pick somebody. But we're gonna do this not once in a while, not once a year, about hopefully every other live. And I love our single shoulders. Now, I think the average single shoulder is typically like 7.5 square feet. I think officially, if we think about it, a height is 45 feet. A side is 24 feet. That's about half. A double shoulder is about 12 feet. That's about half. Single shoulder, about 7 feet, about half, right? Works it all down. It kind of makes sense. Oddly enough, I saw but we sold rolls of these at the blade show. The reason I mention that is because our single shoulders, we've been buying these from the same tannery. I think somebody told me 45 years, and that was about 5 years ago. So almost from day one, we've been buying these from these folks know what they're doing. What I'm getting at, 2 big points. First off, these are always bigger than 7.5 feet. Now the boss is going to say, don't say that. La, 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 la. These are coming in huge, and they're Weaver. The leather, I mean, look at that. It is good, almost right up to the edge on 90% of this. It probably is good up to the edge. The flesh side, smooth, tight, clean. I can't say enough about these, but for us crafters, very affordable. Now, they're a one-piece price. I don't want to go into all of this because I talk about this in the video on Friday, the leather element, but it's a valid point. We're paying a per piece price as opposed to a per foot price. So the bigger piece you get, the less you're actually paying per square foot, even though you're not paying per square foot. So the point is, for us crafters, we've got these in a bunch of different ways. So I'm going to stop there because I go into a lot more detail on the leather element for this Friday. But nonetheless, we're giving away a great single shoulder. They're great quality. So yeah, just type in giveaway, and Miriam's going to pick somebody at 350, and we'll pick a winner. And we're going to do this more often. So I got some great giveaways lined up. I've got a list of them already. Some stuff that we can all use and love, and they're a big help to us in our shop. I mean, think about, like, Weaver, I think we sell 6,000 products. So yeah, good hunting grounds. But I'm going to pick stuff that us crafters can use and love, and it's going to help us out in our shop. So I got a list going. I know there's a couple here I can't wait to give away because they're absolutely my favorites. But because this past weekend we sold so many of these, I want to give away a single shoulder because I love them. To use them in most of the videos because they're affordable to us crafters. So anyway, okay, I am way behind over here. Let me mark off. Okay, we got that marked off, got that rolling. Now, let's jump over here. Yeah, Leather Action 1, you're absolutely. Love seeing everyone's post on the fan page. Y'all are truly gifted in everything y'all do. I absolutely agree. I am blown away by some of y'all's projects, and the words I'm typing in, they just don't seem to do it. They don't have the oomph that I would like to use to tell you what a great, beautiful Beautiful, well done, great concept, colors, stitch line, idea. I just can't say enough in a post. So anyway, uh, let's see. All right, giveaway, Jim Jenkins. There we go, giveaway. Uh, yeah, Ralph Morrow, Ralph helping out. We're crafters. We are gonna help people out. I don't know. It's in our DNA. It could be the glue. We breathe a lot of glue, but anyway, I think it's just in our DNA. We're just, I tell you, y'all, it's a pleasure to meet you at the fairs and the shows. It makes my day. In fact, it's kind of a pain in the butt to stand in a booth all day. I mean, but what makes that day fly by for me is talking to people. I mean, I'll start talking to somebody, 45 minutes fly by. It really does. Uh, okay, Queen Medusa. There's a new name. Come on in and join us. You are now officially the member of an 8,700 member family. Yeah. If you make gifts for birthdays, yeah, it's gonna be a bitch now, isn't it? Right. So anyway, we only have to make 8,700 projects a year to cover everybody's birthday. But anyway, Queen Medusa, come on in, make yourself comfortable. You are amongst good people, and we're glad to have you. So let's see DS with us. Alana Hash, uh, old 70s leathercraft starting up again. That's funny. The 70s, absolutely. The mushrooms, right? And the slouch hats in multiple colors, the sandals. Uh, Great projects. I mean, we've been doing this for a long time. We've been doing this for a long time. Uh, That's Queen Medusa, no, I think you've got a lot of leather workers up in Alaska, and this is a great way to meet them. This is a great way to we're lone wolves. We're lone wolves. It's the way it is. We kinda hang in our shop. We probably have a friend now and then that'll come over, make something, a gun belt or sheath, but, they kinda don't pick it up, they move on. We're kinda lone wolves, so yeah, I think at this point you'll be able to start finding some people around you, and I think you're gonna be surprised. Absolutely, absolutely, I hope so. We'll do our best to see if we can't find you some female company. Yeah, because 'cause they're there. They're there. We just don't get out much. We don't get out much. Yeah. Uh, so let's see, oh, Rob MC 83. Okay, there's somebody. Maybe not the, right gender, but getting there, already getting there. There we doesn't matter, right? The gender doesn't matter. We're with leather folks, and that's cool. That's very cool. All right. Uh, let's see, lawn dart actual. Who remembers the lawn darts? Yeah, how many pets and kids did you almost take out with a lawn dart? Yeah, right. It's still a great game. It's still a great game. But anyway, let's see. So impressed with Weaver and their dedication to helping new people like me learn. Absolutely love your videos, Chuck. Lawn dart. Bless your heart for saying that. That means more than you know. It really does. And I'm glad these videos are helping people, bringing joy to folks' lives by picking up a great craft. Yeah, it goes deeper than I can convey. Absolutely. Uh, it really does. So thank you for that comment. Absolutely. Poison sumac. Well, that certainly stands out. Yeah. Yeah. I the greatest feeling in the world above everything else is scratching poison ivy. Unbelievable. It just let's don't go there. I used to live in North Georgia, and I was on a well. I was on a spring, right? Well, I had to pump up a hill about 100 feet to my house. Every spring, roots would go across it and break the water line. So I'd have to go down there. It wasn't hard to find, right? I mean, the pump I had would shoot. I think it was a 1.5-inch pipe. It would shoot water 100 plus feet. I mean, I could almost shoot my house uphill from anyway. Have to dig that up, right? Yeah. Every year I would, doesn't matter. I would always wear gloves and long, didn't matter. Every year I would get that, sometimes so bad, I'd have to go in and get a shot. Oh, but praise the medical industry for that because it'd be gone like overnight. Overnight, it would be gone. Anyway, I'm sorry to walk off into the woods. And anyway, Poison sumac. Yeah, got us on a roll on that one, didn't you? So, all right, seeing a lot of giveaways coming through. Let's see. I just fall so behind on these. Bridget Benson is with us. Okay, there got some y'all are talking about. I'm not gonna dive into that. Uh yeah, oh, Dave Rooney. Yeah. Triple J. Cool, y'all. I'm glad you're with us. I hope it's worth your time today. Dean, I'm seeing a lot of that. I don't want to jump into a conversation, and I see this a lot. I'll see an answer come through. I don't want to jump in, throw a wrench into that conversation because I'm not exactly sure what the question is, and I have a knack of really going the wrong way. I really do. It's one of my superhuman strengths. So anyway, uh, Cherokee 2005. Nice. Hello, right back to you. Glad you're with us today. Let's see. Always enjoy your videos. Bless your heart. And I can't see that or hear that enough. Thank you for that. Absolutely. Bless your heart. Let's see. Leather action. Uh, let's see. Giveaway. Yeah, Bridget. Giveaway. There you go. Okay, Ralph Moore. Let's see. Most I've seen you should seal and probably paint on top, then seal again. If you're talking about a top coat for paint, I'd say leather saddle lac. Hands down, saddle lac. Um, I would dye, paint, then saddle lac because the saddle lac, a lot of, and I hope this isn't in the wrong direction, but this is just my opinion, just my experience. Um, I love that paint. But like something with a leather balm or a Resolene or a tan coat, you have to buff over your paint. And if we're using like an acrylic, it's going to take paint off. It's going to look terrible. Plus, it's going to have a different texture, than the rest of the leather. Sadillac knocks every one of those problems out. Now, Sadillac, couple of issues with using this, and I think I've got a good video on this. If not, I need to jot it down because we can't have that bottle cold or it's going to leopard on us. If you've done it, you know what I'm talking about. It's going to give us a leopard finish. So we don't want that cold. But secondly, it's going to spit. It's going to spit. It's a lacquer base. So what I'll do is I'll keep a rag in my left hand, can in my right hand, clean that nozzle. Make one pass about 10 inches out, maybe 11 inches. I'm trying to hit a 1.5-inch band. So I'll typically start over here, spray across and back, clean the nozzle. Across and back, clean the nozzle. If it spits, and it will, just take your rag and just lightly daub that little spot. It'll go away. It'll disappear. No kidding. You'll never see it. Just daub it lightly. But also, too, to keep that from happening, this can be a real problem. Because it's lacquer based, the nozzle, it's gonna clog up and it's gonna dry and it's gonna be unusable. Okay, I usually have a couple of bottles in my shop. I'll trade out nozzles to find the good one, but kind of to keep that from happening, and this seems to work for me. Just take a little painter's tape or packing tape or scotch tape or whatever, and just put it as tight as you can on that nozzle right after you use it. That keeps that lacquer inside the nozzle from building up and drying out. See if that helps. See if that helps because you need to have a very clean mist and not kind of that spitting action like what's the one I just can't stand? Um, our competitor sells it, and I'm not trash leather sheen. Oh, I'd just rather not even it just I'm not trashing our competitor. They're great. It's just that product sucks. And that's just my opinion, absolutely, and that's all it is. But Sadillac, because we spray them, we don't buff, but also it's going to give us the same texture over our painted area as it does over our leather area. Not to mention, it's fast, it dries in like a minute, and it looks good. Also, we cannot go heavy. Can't go heavy. I would just make one quick pass and leave it. Leave it right where it is because again, lacquer, it can build up, it can yellow, it can crack. But it's the one, it was my go-to for years and years and years. I love it. Anyway, okay, that's enough of that. I kind of walked into y'all's conversation there. Didn't really mean to do that. But anyway, but see if that helps. Oh, Queen Medusa, there's a cool idea. When using a rope stamp, I make horizontal lines at the end and make it look like it has been tied off. That's cool. Drop a picture of that on the fan page because I'd like to see how you do that. We'd all like to see how you do that. So yeah, if you don't mind, put that on the fan page. That's kind of cool. Love the rope stamp, but it's kind of hard to end. It's kind of hard to end it. It's like four-strand braid. There's no great way to end that. Let's see, the Black Rose is with us. Nice. Glad to see your name pop up. Welcome to a very large family. Uh, yeah, Rob MC83. There you go. There you go. Uh, let's see, Rare Braid. It has been a while. Been a while. Howdy from Kansas. Hello, right back to Kansas. I'd love to see Kansas. I fly over it. I've been through it, but I was like 11. So I really want to get back. Really want to see Kansas. Let's see. Yeah, okay. Yeah, let's see. The Black Rose, bless your heart. Thank you for that. Means more than you know. It really does. So, oh, looks like I'm caught up over here. All right. Let's see what we got over here. Okay, let's do this. Let's do this because, all right, for the folks that aren't into the period, the historical stuff, just again, humor us for a little bit because it's Ren Fair season. It's Ren Fair. I didn't make it to the Atlanta Fair and it ended last weekend. I didn't, I wasn't able, just wasn't able to get there. I'm so depressed over it. I'm so depressed. So we're going to try to find some more fairs. We keep saying we're going to hit TRF and maybe this year we can make it so, but I was going to because I remember seeing um a comment last week about uh let's see. Oh, I didn't write it down. What got you started in the fair and what led you in this direction? I'm trying to think of the word. I'm just losing vocabulary words. They're leaving. Starts with an I. See, I don't know. I don't know. Something's detached. I don't know. I don't know. Anyway, the two things that really got me wrong. Well, first off, my girlfriend at the time in college was a drama major. So we all worked at the Ren Fair on the weekends. To make a little extra money, just fell in love with the period and the art and the products. I couldn't afford any of it. Poor college student couldn't afford any of it. So I had to start making my own. Well, these are the eventual outcome of that. But the two things that really got me rolling, and I just want to I can't remember the word. How stupid is that? Help anybody? Um so what got me rolling was two films. The original Conan with Arnold, yeah, right, and John Boorman's Excalibur. Oh, if you haven't seen that one, that's because I love that period, like the 11th century armor, maybe bulky and big and heavy and manly and just, yeah, forge blackened, right? Big, and those two, that's what really pointed me in the direction because now I very much like a mix between historical and fantasy. I like to land somewhere in the middle there. Um, it's funny, I was in Munich, got to go to Germany a number of years back, still talking about that. The people and the food and the beer. Okay, we're not going there. The point is, we were in the Residence Museum downtown Munich. Geez, I mean, it's like, my thought is, wow, gee, we're walking through another leather gilded room that just, wow. Oh, and the reliquary. I don't even know how to pronounce it. Reliquary. It's where it's like a vault with all the bones from old popes and creepy, creepy. Anyway, there were skulls in there. From like the 12th, 13th century. You could tell because they've got like this velvet with little pearls sewn in. So you could only like see this much of the skull. And it said John the Baptist. I about fell over. And I must have said that out loud. I'm like, John the Baptist? The guy next to me says, yeah, there's about 15 John the Baptist skulls around Europe. Like, yeah, okay. Could be Bob the Plumber, right? Yeah, anyway, so there's this long hall of portraits of all the Ludwigs, all the leaders, right, of Germany over the years. What was funny is that I happened to notice that some 15th century guys were in 12th century armor and some 12th century guys were in 15th century armor. Yeah, if I remember correctly, it was kind of odd, right? It was kind of, mixing of periods there. Anyway, um, got to see some castles. Neuschwanstein, Hohenschwangau. Wow. Still talking. Anyway, okay, that was a point. Anyway, so with the armor, if you're into the period of the historical, you do Ren fairs, it's the best project ever. And I'll tell you exactly why. Bolt on. Both on. It's like a 66 Mustang. Okay. Anyway, so the armor right off the bat. Um, my these are about 100 and I think 108 pieces, including lace, not including hardware. That's just leather, but that's all the restraining straps and the lace and all that. Anyway, so you of that 108 pieces, 32 get tooled or stamped, right? All the lames, all the scales we can do a design on. So, all right, so say we get our armor together, right? Okay, now here's where I'm talking about the bolt on because I actually had to write all this down because if we think about it, all right, we finish our armor. Well, now, how many additional projects are going to go with the suit of armor? Okay, how about a cloak? Yeah, got a Jon Snow cloak going there with one of our big shearlings, the black deer tan cow. Got it tied into the armor with some Mexican basket weave with our deer lace, the turquoise deer lace. I know I can't say enough on this one. I'm actually getting a little hoarse talking about the armor, and I feel a little faint because I'm not breathing, right? Okay, let's slow down, right? Okay. Anyway, all right, so we can add on a cloak. How about a matching drinking horn? Absolutely, right? Got the same lace on that. It's a little darkened because this has had a little bit of beer in it over the yeah, anyway, little mead, little beer, right? Alcohol may be involved. Anyway, okay. So how about scabbard? And we did this in a video. So how about a matching scabbard, right? Okay. Oh, we're just getting rolling. And in fact, I did one in brown. That was the prototype to make that one for the video. And I think that's one of the prettiest scabbards I've ever seen. Anyway, okay. So scabbards, not just sword. How about axe? How about dagger? Right. Dirks, right? Skindus, absolutely. How about the frogs for those scabbards? Okay. Pouch or pouches. Oh, I've got 2 or 3 different pouches because they're all small. So I keep keys in one, phone in one, money in one, right? Helm. How about a helm? Absolutely. Mail. How about a mail? I don't know if we can see the coif on that one, but I did a full mail coif. Started with a center ring, worked my way out down. It's got dags across the bottom. We could add that onto our armor. How about a gambeson or arming jacket, right? Mine's actually cloth. My pants are leather. I've got leather knickers that again goes with the armor. Um, Neck protection. How about some kind of cool neck protection, right? A gorget maybe, right? How about a simple headband? Crown, mug strap, something as simple as a little mug strap to hold your drinking horn or mug. Crown, we could do something like that. How about a boda, a wineskin, right? We need to do that in a video. Back hanger. How about a back hanger for our sword? Yeah, so there's just a couple of things that is going to go well with our armor. So the point is, and we'll get back to modern day leather here in just a second. The point is if you jump into a suit of armor, that is a project that can take you years, and it may never be complete, right? It may never be complete, but nonetheless. All right, so we talked about that. Who's knocked over your tool rack lately? You ever knock over your tool rack? Really? Well, okay. On the sunny side, right, we get to reorganize our stamp tools. So, yay, right? And on my rack, I actually, oh, great design. So I got my tool rack. I've got 4 rows of holes, different size holes. So I've actually put like little pieces of painter's tape between each section. So now I can do veiners and backgrounders and camos and geometric. It's the nut behind the wheel that has blown this whole system, right? You ever heard the saying, as soon as a foolproof system is created, a better fool is invented. Yeah, right. Okay, it's mostly organized. Not really. Not really. Anyway, just thought I'd bring that up. If you've dumped your tool rack, yeah, you're in good company. So, okay, let's see. We've talked about that. We've talked about that. 340. I can't believe it's already 340. So over here in 10 minutes, the alarm's going to go off and we're going to pick our winner. We're going to pick a winner of our single shoulder, and then we'll get you just to email your name and address to the email on the website, Weaver website, and we'll get that shipped out to you. So, oh, Trian, okay, my cats knocks my stuff off the table, but they have not touched the die yet. Yeah, cats and die, they really don't go together well. But that's how we know the world isn't flat, because the cats haven't knocked everything off of it yet. Um, oh, creative mess. Oh, this one hurts, doesn't it? I've knocked over the rivets. Yeah. Oh, so are you gonna organize your rivets? Yeah, right. Yeah. Oh, what a headache. Luckily, at least the medium and the large caps are the same size. So that helps you out a little bit, helps with the organization a little bit. Oh, man. Uh, yeah, oh, Shane Cessna. No, see, if alcohol was involved, I wouldn't have knocked over my tool rack. No, and you see it go. It's like slow motion as it tips. Tools shoot out in slow motion, ba- bounce off your floor, right? Because it's doing that. You can guarantee the head of the tool is going. Oh, jeez. Oh, it just breaks my heart. But anyway, like I said, on the sunny side, we get to reorganize our tool racks. Okay. Uh, yeah, night for today. You got a good point there. Somebody's going to chime in and help out. Oh, I'm so far behind over here, y'all. Uh, oh, Glorfindel. Oh, again, this one hurts my heart. Yeah, I've knocked over a bottle of black pro dye onto the carpet. That was fun. I had to replace the carpet in the entire basement. Now that we're moving. Ah, jeez. I did the same thing because I got carpet behind my cutting table in my weaver shop, so you don't hear me walking around, right? I did. I knocked over a bottle of black dye, dribbled on the leather, dribbled on the piece of carpet below it. I was so unhappy about it. I cut the end of the piece of leather off or carpet, just threw it away because it's like it taunts me. You failed, fail. You were stupid, right? So I just had to cut it off and let it go, walk away from it. So, uh, yeah. Oh, but I will help here. I will, because my wife spilled a bottle of nail polish on our what is it? Short shag is popular now, but it's short. Spelled it. Well, the bottle hit, and as bottles will do, when it hit, it shot nail polish out across the carpet. I got to tell you, deglazer literally took it out, absolutely took it out, did not affect the color of the carpet at all. I mean, never saw it again. Yeah. So, deglazer, nice to have in our shop, not just for our shop. So, uh, let's see. Okay, Glorfindel again. My shop in the new house is going to have carpet too, but I will be able to not care about it because it will be just a shop and not a living space, which actually is a good point. That's actually a good point. Um, oh, and Steve Milford coming in with a great idea. Just dye the carpet black. I kind of didn't think about that, right? What a simple answer, right? What a simple answer. Maybe I'll spill my light brown with a little antique. That'd be a pretty color of carpet. Yeah, right, right. Anyway, uh, let's see. A lawn dart actual. Is there anything I have to worry about working in a garage, or should do all my work inside besides using the dye? I don't think so. Like our garage isn't. We're in Atlanta, so garage gets up to 110 at least. In the summer, I probably would not store anything in there, and winters too. That can be a problem. A lot of things, if they freeze, they're bad. And I'm sure, I think Resolene, Tan Coat, Leather Balm. Oh, I'm sure Satelite. If those freeze, they're done. They're gone. So I don't know. I might maybe store my liquids and my leathers inside. and just, grab what you need when you're working out there. But outside of that, shouldn't be an issue. Shouldn't be an issue. Uh, okay, lawn dart actual. Okay, I'm in Florida, so no freezing here. Yeah, that's a good one. You're exactly right. I may just have to worry about the heat, on that side. Uh, oh, I'm sorry. I'm reading Glorfindel's. But I know. I could just sit here and just read these because I'm reading Glorfindel's more description on what happened. Uh, Moving at the end of the month. Nice, I tell you. I think setting up your shop is just as fun as a project, if not more. But have you ever really done it, like set up your great shop or cleaning the shop? It's a monumental task. I've always wanted a big shop. Yeah, now I don't want a big shop. Anyway, it's fun to do. I spend an all afternoon cleaning my shop, putting everything back where it's supposed to be. Get over to this beautiful clean cutting table. I don't know what to work on. I don't know what to do now. Right. Easily fixed. Right. Easily fixed. But it's kind of a funny feeling to stand there with this great clean shop and I don't have a single idea of what I'm gonna do in it. Anyway, uh there's so many great y'all. Please forgive me for not being able to answer every one of these questions, y'all. But thank you everybody that jumps in and helps out by answering the questions. Um Oh, let's see. Lazy Rabbit, just starting on leather. Nice. Jump back to the beginning because you'll see what I'm talking about here. Um, and your videos are awesome to follow. Currently working on an ammo belt pouch. Nice. That's a great project. Um, I only mentioned jumping back because for the new folks, I can't tell you how much great you're going to see it. You're going to get out of this. You can in 10 minutes tell you how much fun you're going to have, how many cool things you're going to make, the variety of cool things you're going to make, how many people around you are going to get cool things. Oh, and speaking of, so a close friend saw one of our hip pouches. We did one in brown, so I had to make him one in black. Isn't that cool? And he's a waiter. So I actually dropped in an extra open pocket behind the snap pocket. But isn't that cool? I love the look of these. I've made 5 of these now and I don't have one. Really? I would love to have one of these. Cobbler's son with no shoes. Okay, who in our wonderful leathercraft community makes some great things for other people and you just don't have one yourself? Isn't that the dumbest crap? Isn't it? Isn't it? It's ridiculous. Cobbler's son with no shoes. I don't care. Love making stuff for everybody else. That's what's fun. Okay. So anyway, uh, oh, Glorfindel stuff's been packed. It'll be there when you're ready. It'll be there when you're ready. And that's actually something to look forward to in the new place. Get in and set up your shop. Hallelujah on that one. Very cool. Queen Medusa, is there a trick to making black dye stay black on thick projects? I'm not, it sounds like you are having trouble with your black. Okay, my first bet is okay, Dean, I know I saw this pop up. Just let's see, not forgiven. That's okay, Dean. I know. Not forgiven. Take the time and answer them all. We don't mind. Just saying. They're just tossing that out there. I could. I could just sit here and anyway. Okay, so I would say if you're having trouble with your black dye, I might say first off pro dye. Now, when you dye in pro, you might see a little gray, a little lightning, like in the um those things. See what is going on? I do have a good vocabulary and I don't appreciate what you're incinerating. Anyway, don't worry about those little light gray areas. When you hit it with a top coat, they'll go far away. But I also might say dip dye. Dip dye your projects in black, but only with a pro dye. Only with a pro dye. And then use a good top coat. Leather balm is my favorite, but use a good top coat. See if that helps. See, I think that's going to change it for you. I think that's going to change it up for you. But see if that helps. I hope that's good advice. Uh Night for today. I was dealing with some burnout from the shows and made something for myself and it helped. Night for today. That's very good advice. Oh, look at that. Look at that. It's time to pick a winner. All right. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to jump over here. Okay. The winner is Darzal. Darzall. Congratulations. You are the proud new owner of a beautiful, high quality, single shoulder weight of your choice. So send us an email. There's an email on the website. I think it's info@weaverleather.com. Don't hold me to that because I never go there. And we've met, right? Right. Anyway, so send us your name and address and probably have that out in no time at all. But congratulations on that. Very cool. We're going to do this more often. We're going to start doing giveaways. Since we're doing every other week, I'm going to see if I can't talk the boss in every other week. Now, don't hold me to that. Boss is pretty strict. She's great. She's keeping an eye on cost, which is exactly what she should be doing. I just want to give crap away, man. I just want to give stuff away. That's just me. Just me. Anyway, so we're going to do this quite often now. If not everyone, every other one. So tune in. Absolutely. All right. So Darzal, good. Very cool. That's great. Glad you got a good single shoulder. I love them. I love them. It's a great piece of leather. But also, too, geez. My videos would be a lot shorter if I could shut up, right? And we'd get more done here if I could shut up. Getting me to talk about leather, that's not hard. The trick's getting me to shut up, right? Okay. Anyway, I was going to say, all right, single shoulders. For production shops or kind of for the rest of us, a great part of these is we offer these in so many weights. Say I don't use 6 to 7 ounce very often. Once in a while, a project comes through, but it's nice to have 6 or 7 sitting on my shelf, and I don't have a lot of money in on it. So it's nice. Bellies are the same way. I try to keep a couple of bellies in my shop of weights that I don't use very often. So when the call comes in for that specific weight that's kind of rare, then I already have the leather. I don't have to call, pay for it, pay for the shipping, wait for it to get here. So it's nice to be able to keep smaller pieces of or more rarely used weights in my shop. So that's all I was going to say there. That's all I was going to say there. And it's not just me from Weaver saying, buy a lot of leather. Well, kind of. But it's a battle because there's the employee and there's the crafter, right? It's a very thin line in there for us. I tend to fall more to the crafter side because we're on a budget. Profit, it's not our driving force, right? We're in it for the enjoyment. We're all on a budget. We have car payments and mortgage and all that. So I kind of tend to fall a little more to our side than the company side. Well, they write my paycheck. So that's a little risky, right? It's a little risky, but anyway, okay. Let's see. Okay. Man, there's too much to talk about. Oh, I know. Dead air. Sin number 1 in broadcasting. Dead air. That's exactly right. Let's see. Leather Action 1 again. I'm gonna be back on the fan page. Let's see. Also taking my gun to competition. No kidding. Here in just a minute, was able to get leather done on it, so I at least look good while shooting. Absolutely. That's right. Same with golf. You got to get great clothes because even if you can't play golf, you still look good. Yeah, right? Right? Yeah. Big point. Big point. So, okay, where are we? All right, let's see. Geez, 354 already. Okay, so the giveaway's done. Very cool because I even had it 3:15. Luckily, I set my alarm because I would have forgot. And I'd just now be going, oh, hey, wait a minute. Let's see what else we got. Okay. One great point. Let's do this real quick for the new folks. Mallets and mauls. Because, okay, we have got, Barry King mauls. Yeah. Okay. Here's the biggest point. And I'm going to try to hold all these up. They all do the same thing. They literally all do the same thing. Right here, the least expensive. Well, no, I'm not going to say the least expensive. I'll come back to this. But the poly mallets are great. In fact, I bought this one. I'm not kidding. I've had this since the late 90s. Still using it. In fact, I use this on in my shop over on my quartz over here for setting rivets and whatnot. I've been using that at least 25 years and it's still going. Still looks pretty good. So ours at Weaver, this is going to last and last and last. It's a great purchase. Okay. Next step up for me, rawhide. I love the rawhide now. I love the feel of this. It's got a little weight to it. It's a little bit smaller, but yeah, you can see I have really bad aim, right? Really bad aim. But these, you know what? I got this when I started at Weaver almost 8 years ago. Still using it. Now we jump up to malls. I would say hold off on these. If you're new to leathercraft, hold off on these for a little while. Get your feet, get a little experience. But I love these. The 1.5 pound. Is it the 1.5? Oh, now I'm confused. I think it's the 1.5 pound or the 2 pound is my favorite. Try to see what that says. The 1 pound is a little too wimpy for me. It's a little too light. But if you're doing the tight end tooling, yeah, the top end pros probably love the 1 pound. I like the 1.5, maybe 2, because when I tool with this, it doesn't tire out my arm. Right. I can tool for a long spell with this without fatiguing my arm. Now we go up to the 3 pound. Look at that, baby. I use this about once a year. If I have like a 2-inch round end English point oblong, I'm going to jump over to this. But in all honesty, I rarely ever use something as big as a 3 pound. One more, because this is cool. This is our rawhide weighted mallet. This thing is heavy. Yeah, it's got a bunch of weight to it. So if you want a tool, you want to stamp with a little bit more oomph behind your mallet, that's a great way to go. But for me, I like the 11-ounce mallet and use this on just about everything from setting rivets, grommets, eyelets, stamping. Love it. Love the rawhide mallet. The big point here is that they all do the same thing. They all do the same thing. Now, when I was talking about the poly, I said we're going to circle back to this. Don't waste your money on a wooden mallet. Just not worth it. Absolutely not worth it. It's going to be a POS in about 4 days, right? Unless you're teaching classes. Then they're great because they're inexpensive. You can fill out your kit, which I think next time we get together, we're going to talk about teaching classes because there are a few things in this world more rewarding than teaching a class. And we're going to talk about, there's some ins and outs. There's some ins and outs to teaching classes, but we're going to talk about that next time. But if you're doing kids, like 4-H or the Boy Scouts, just buy some wooden mallets. They'll be fine. But for us in our shop, let's step it up a little bit, at least the poly mallet. But again, the point here to the new folks, they all do the same thing. So go with what works for you. Go with what your budget says we can do, and you'll be fine. Again, I probably paid $15 for that 20-something years ago. Yeah, it's still going. Still going. So that's a big point there. Oh, one other point before we run out of time. For the new folks, don't use a metal hammer. I did, not pointing fingers here. Here's what's going to happen. Okay, notice right there. Do you believe that's my first rivet setter? I have had this since the day I started leathercraft, but notice how much shorter it is. Because I was using a metal hammer to begin with. Well, first off, there's a flaking issue. We want to protect our eyes, but the bigger point, we're going to destroy our tools. All of our punches are, again, grommet, eyelet, all our stamp tools, our rivet setters, we're just going to destroy those. So make sure we don't use a metal hammer on anything that we're doing in our shop. Okay. All right. So I think we got that taken care of. 359. I think we've covered it. I think we've actually covered it. So next time we'll get together, we'll talk about teaching some classes. I've done a lot of classes, so I've got some great hints. Some good opinions of ways to do this, things, little ways to save some money, while you build your class kit, things. Anyway, we're going to talk about that next time. Oh, night for today. I made a wood mallet out of hard maple, harder than oak, a few years ago. It's heavy. Oh boy, I bet now, see, the woodworkers might have a different idea when we're talking about a wooden mallet there. I'm just used to the cheap craft store wooden mallets, right? Yeah, don't bother. But our woodworkers, we need to increase this, because our blacksmiths, our woodworkers, we're all kind of the same ilk. I mean, we really are. They're all great people, just dying to help. Just anyway, it's a bunch of great people. I'm honored to be a part of this. I really am, y'all. Uh, y'all start to talk. Oh gosh, Glorfindel. Chuck's had his hammer as long as I've been alive. Well, thanks for that. I know the little hair, stray rogue hair going there. Oh, doesn't matter. That's fun nonetheless. I'm glad you put in comments like that. Uh, Becky Eversaw, can't wait to be with y'all again. Thanks again, Becky. Absolutely. Glad you're with us. I hope it's been worth your time. And like I say, at 4 o'clock, I feel like I kind of start working into y'all's time. We cleared everything up. I do have a craft fail, and I forgot to grab it. But anyway, aren't these cool? I love these. The pencil frames, little, aren't those nice? Dad wants a couple of those for some friends, so I was making a couple and just didn't look at my pattern. The frame won't fit through it. Just not paying attention. That's all it is. Just craft fail. Anyway, okay, so we're gonna wrap it up. I can't believe how fast this goes. All right, y'all. I hope you have something great on your table. I hope you have a great project going, something to look forward to. If you do, put it on the fan page. For those of us who aren't familiar with that, Facebook, Chuck Dorsett fan page, you're going to be surprised at all the great people, the great comments. Something is tickling me, and I'm just making me crazy. Y'all post if it's your first project, you're going to go, oh, I'm not going to post that on the fan page. Absolutely post it on the fan page. You're going to get all kinds of oohs and ahs. You're going to get some helpful hints. It's going to be a big boost to you. It's going to be a big boost. So, y'all, this has been a blast. Absolutely. We'll see you in 2 weeks. Maybe I can talk the boss into giving something else away. If I keep cost in mind, and we don't blow the bank on this, maybe we can do that. But I got some cool stuff I want to give away to y'all. Absolutely stuff we can use. But all right, we've covered everything here. Y'all have a great evening. Have a great second half of your week. We got a weekend coming up, working for the weekend. Absolutely. Hope you have something fun to work on in your shop. And oh, what a great craft. We just have a great craft, and I think that's part of it. Why we're just such happy people. I believe that. So everybody have a great week. Good luck with your projects. We got to work that in there, but it's been an absolute pleasure. And we will see you in 2 weeks. So love y'all. Bye.